One of the main reasons, Miranda, that I wanted to do this show and to highlight this whole subject about minorities receiving and becoming transplant donors is because it is not talked about enough in our community, and it shows in our numbers. The black community has a need that is greater than any other in this arena that we know of. However, we don't talk about it and we don't donate. Why is that?
We don't donate and talk about it because we just have a historical perspective about organ and tissue donation that is not a healthy one. And definitely there's some historical things that happened a long time ago, and so as a result of that, people hold on to those myths and misconceptions. They feel like if they sign up on the Michigan Organ Donor Registry and get to the hospital, they're going to try to take their kidneys, you're not going to try to save their lives. We don't trust the healthcare profession because of different things that have occurred. But we found out that probably one of the biggest reasons that people really had not been coming into our communities talking about the need for organ and tissue donation.
So it was an education issue.
It was an education issue, really, and still with that education mission, there's still sometimes challenges because of all of the myths and misconceptions, the healthcare disparities, people feeling as though they're not getting proper health care on the front end and then wanting to be altruistic on the back end. So once we realized that we've been able to marry that message to the need of people with diabetes and high blood pressure, the two leading causes that the African American community needs transplants, we've seen those numbers go up. Unfortunately, not to the need rate, but we have seen them increase.
So there are other issues around transplant and donation, religious beliefs,
Yes.
age, illness, racism. Those all affect the attitudes that we see exist in the minority community in terms of donation.
Definitely so. That, again, this whole concept of, that if I give up my organs, they will go to people that don't look like me, people that are rich and have resources, and so those persons that look like me will not get those organs. And so therefore having persons that have received organ transplants get out and really kind of help us tell the message and become the living testimonials that people like to see about organ and tissue donation really began to make a difference. Again, people thinking, well, I'm too old, I'm too sick, I have this disease and that disease, and there's no age limit on organ and tissue donation. There's no disease that prevents you from signing up. At the time of your death, we will do evaluation to see if you can become an organ and tissue donor. But again, we just have realized that because we have not really gone into the communities as much and really talked about this subject matter and made it a really personal subject matter, that sometimes people have still been somewhat reluctant to sign up.
You can get more information about the show and our guests at primarycare-tv.com and continue the conversation on Facebook and Twitter.